Okay, guys, this is your lesson number 3.09. Not just standard form, but converting to standard form. So we have already talked about slope intercept. We have discussed standard form. And now we're going to convert these equations to slope intercept form in order to graph it. Remember I said when we have standard form, this ax plus by equals c, it's pretty difficult for us to look at this and know what we're supposed to graph. The easier way to do it is if we have that slope-intercept form. That's how we've been practicing our graphing. So in order to graph this, in order to convert this to slope-intercept form, you must solve the equation for y. And there's two steps to do this. Step one, add or subtract ax to move it to the other side. So what we need to do is look at this ax term, do the inverse operation, either adding or subtracting, so it moves over here. Then is step two, which is divide all the terms by b. So typically before when we've done this, we'd have by equals c, and we divide both sides by b. But now, since we already subtracted this ax, we're going to have c plus or minus ax. So this whole thing over here is going to get divided by b. And this might not make a whole heck of a lot of sense right now, but once we start doing some examples, hopefully you see how easy it really is. So let's take a look at example 1. We have the equation x plus y equals -2. This is written in standard form. Now my first step is to add or subtract that ax. And really what is here is a 1x. So I'm going to subtract 1x on both sides of my equation. I'm left with y equals -2 minus 1x. What is really here, and my second step would be to divide by b. But since I'm just dividing everything by 1, nothing changes. So I have y equals -2 minus x. But to get it into slope-intercept form, I'm going to write it over here. It's y equals mx plus b. We just have to rearrange how we wrote it. So y equals -x and then minus 2. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Let's take a look at number 2. You have -4x plus y. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to add 4x so I can move it over here with my 5. And I'm left with y equals 5 plus 4x. I don't need to divide by 1. So I'm just going to rewrite it so it is in slope-intercept form. That means your x term comes first and your constant term is added or subtracted at the end. Okay. Now let's take a look at number 3. We're going to have to do both steps here. So my first step is going to be subtracting 5x from both sides, because what I'm trying to do is to solve for y. So on the left, I'm left with 6y equals, I'm just going to say -5x plus 12. I'm just going to start by rewriting it because I know I want my x terms first. So this is a -5x that comes down, and really this is a positive 12, so you can make it plus 12. Now my second step above was to divide all terms by b. So if this is ax and by and c, I'm going to divide everything by 6. Which turns into -5 56x plus 2. Alrighty. Let's skip down to number 6 and we'll take a look at this example. Feel free to do number 4 and 5 on your own later. So number 6 has x minus 2y equals 16. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 1x from both sides to start. And on my left, I'm left with negative 2y equals negative x. If you want to write 1x, you can, plus 16. I'm going to divide all my terms by 2. Excuse me, negative 2. And I'm left with y equals 1 half x minus 8. So on these first 6 examples, what we're doing is following the algorithm or the recipe to convert to y equals mx plus b form or slope-intercept form. We first add or subtract that a of x. So you can see that we did that here, here. And then we're dividing all the terms by b. So here it was dividing by 1, and I showed you that just so you could see what the process was. Here we had to divide all terms by 6. And lastly, we had to divide all terms by negative 2. Now we're going to move down and look at converting to slope-intercept form, but with the extra step of everybody's favorite, graphing. So let's take a second and convert this equation written in standard form into slope-intercept form. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides of my equation, and I'm left with y equals negative 3x plus 5. Now I can graph. How can I graph already? Well, I'm in slope-intercept form. That means m is my slope and my y-intercept is 5. So now I come over to my graph. My y-axis is where the y-intercept is going to be. So looking at my y-axis, I just have to find where 5 is. And it's going to be right here. So I'm going to go ahead and plot my first point. There, that is my y-intercept, where my line crosses the y-axis. And my slope is negative 3. That's my slope. And I'm going to write it as a fraction because that will help me remember when it comes time to rise or run. So negative 3 rise is going down on the y-axis. So I go down 1, 2, 3 spaces and then over 1 and plot a point. I could stop there, but I'll do another one. There's another point. And then all I have to do is very carefully draw my line. Make sure you put arrows on the end of it. So now we're not just given the equation and asked to graph it. We're given an equation in standard form, asked to convert it to slope-intercept form, and then graph it. Let's take a look at a couple more examples like this. So again, what I need to do is subtract the ax from both sides with 2y equals negative x minus 6. Now I'm going to divide all my terms by 2. And I get y equals negative 1/2 x minus 3. When I come to graph, here is my y-intercept. How did I know that? Because that's my b. This is my m, or my slope. So my slope, I go down 1 over 2, plot my point. Down 1 over 2, plot my point. Go ahead, draw my line, and I'm done. Moving on. Number 11. The standard form equation is x minus y equals 5. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides again. I have negative y equals negative x plus 5. So I'm going to divide everything by negative 1. And I get y equals x minus 5. So my slope is 1 over 1. And my y-intercept is negative 5. There's my y-intercept. And my slope is 1, which is nice because it just skips the corners of the square. So you don't even necessarily have to count that. So it's kind of a nice one. And naturally, I missed my line. But there you have it. That's all there is to it. So it's like doing a couple two-step equations. This time we're solving for y. So we have it in our equation that we can graph in. Now, I also have another video that are methods for graphing. I would suggest checking that one out as well, because it will walk you through the steps of slope-intercept form. And it also has the process of graphing with the function table, the input-output table.